have a lot to talk about.
Yes,
Well, Colby
yes,
has
oh,
a lot.
yes, we do. Should we just dive right in? What an episode, right? We're going to start with, so Eric gets the boot right away. No one cares about Eric.
Okay.
He gone, right?
He gone, he
so
gone.
he's out of there. And we're going to move on to, well, we got Brian left.
Okay.
And I think Rob.
Who's
Let's
the
go with Rob, I think that's his name.
who's the front runner in this
So,
situation?
You know, Brian and her, early on, really like a lot of chemistry. First
Okay.
kiss, I believe. The kiss is just so weird. It's just like everyone's grossed out by it. No one
Okay.
liked it. And he's there. He's bland. I mean, Rob wasn't that great either, but they had more of a connection. Everyone thought.
Wasn't there a Peter?
So was it Peter? That's his
Peter.
name. Peter.
Peter,
You're right.
I think
I
Peter
don't know where
won.
Rob's coming
Come on,
from.
Bachelor
No,
correspondent.
Brian won.
Brian won.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
So Peter, so I don't know where Rob came from. Her and Peter, he wasn't ready for marriage because he's sane. And they've only been on 3 dates. But she wanted that because she's had boyfriends in the past that
And she's ready to
would
settle down.
never commit. And she wasn't gonna have none of that.
She wanted
No.
that Neil
No.
Lane diamond.
She,
That was
yeah.
$100,000.
Yeah, I mean, I would propose just to get that off the checklist, you know, but.
Did Bachelor fans think, like, oh, they may be rekindling at this point?
So a lot of people were thinking, hello, she clearly loves this guy. She's too upset about this. Like everyone's like, chase after her once they left because they broke up that night.
Right.
And so everyone thought he was gonna chase after. It was raining. It would have been like
Perfect.
just freaking
Perfect.
Hollywood-esque, let me tell you. But he didn't. And so he comes out in the present, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna pretend like they're broken up," but really, eventually, he went
He's
after her.
gonna come back, right?
No, that
No.
didn't happen. That wasn't the case, and they are for sure donezo because Brian with a Y, by the way, I'm going to spell Brian, but he ends up proposing in like the windiest scene ever. You can barely hear what
Oh.
they're saying. It's like Plan B, get indoors. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that. Brian proposes. She was like, "Oh, like you're the love of my life," and then he pulled out the ring. She was like, "Oh my God, the ring!" She's like, "Okay, we know what she's here for." And he could tell she loved it so much, he brought it out again and re-proposed in the present.
So he proposed. Did she say no the first time?
No, she said yes.
Did
She said yes.
did the men tell all happen already or no?
Yeah, so they did it differently this year. So
Oh,
the
boy,
well, the men tell all was last week. So this week though, instead
Oh.
of doing an After the Rose special, they kind
Yeah.
of weaved it into the episode. So as each guy got booted, they'd bring him out and then they would talk. And then, like I said, they spent 3/4 of the episode on her and Peter. Is that the name? Peter.
Okay.
Peter.
Yeah, and so they spent so you almost forgot about Brian. Brian was gone, and we're
Wow.
like, "Where's Brian?" Oh, they brought him back, and he proposed, and they were together, and everyone was just like, "When's Steve Harvey coming out and telling us that Peter really won?" You know what I'm saying?
So
It's a joke.
real flip, like you know how Chris Harrison says every episode that it's like in for the most surprising finale. Yeah,
Bachelor
was this
history.
it? Yeah.
And the talk between her and Peter when they broke up, so real, heart wrenching. She cried her eyelashes off. Guys.
Well, look at that.
Oh,
That's
wow.
I feel like on that note,
Not
we
the
should.
eyelashes.
Not the
They're
eyelashes.
gone.
On that note, I think we should wrap up our Bachelor recap.
I could go on.
Well, here's the
Please.
thing. Well, good thing because Bachelor in Paradise starts
Yes.
soon, so we
That's
might
the
have
best.
a new full-time gig for you
I think
as
so.
the official Bachelor correspondent right here
The
on
Bachelor
After
Report.
the Bell.
I can
The
do
Bachelor
Bachelor
Report.
Report.
Perfect.
With
Done.
Colby outside, I like it.